Under our website would be INFOhio's updates. So the updates we see from them. Boy, oh boy. Science Blitz. So Science Blitz is new. It's for grades 6 to 8. I have here, and all of you have the link to the presentation so that you can read the speaker notes down there, but we're looking at a resource for grades 6 through 8. And I'm going to pop out there real quick. I want to hear from you all. Has anybody visited Science Blitz? If it's for grades 6 through 8, we're going to have to head to the 6 through 8 collection. So let's hit that green button, that grades 6 through 8. I guess it's a green, right? Those of us here in person, of course, scrolling down through these items, we'll have to look for our science. And we have Science Blitz all together. If you aren't familiar, typically when you click on one of these little cards, it'll take you to the resource. If you click on the little I circle, I like to tell teachers go there, because then it tells them ways that they can connect it to Google Classroom, they can get a direct link, they can get handouts, and we're just going to go straight to the resource so you can get a little peek. Really nice new resource. Whether you use it when students are entering into your room to play some of their videos, or if you pass it on to your science teachers, I just wanted to be sure you were aware of this new resource. Now, I'm not going deep into this. Again, we have Spring into Science. Again, if you want to point any teachers to this, now's the time, because they have trainings. And last Thursday was their first one. They record them, so they can go back and catch that. On that slide is a link. All of you have the link to the presentation. And Science Online will be next, well, in 2 days. We have March 9th. And these are the resources they're covering each time. So World Almanac for Kids on the 16th, and then today's Science on the 23rd. So it's just their theme for right now, training and sessions. It's PD, people can get a certificate for watching and answering their quiz questions. Now, I was so sad, but I got over it. I was sad because INFOhio and Scholastic, they changed a resource on us this year. The resource was called, oh gosh, now I'm going to draw a blank. Lori, help me out. It was the Scholastic.
Storia.
Say it again.
Storia.
Storia, thank you. And the Scholastic now has this product called Literacy Pro. It's okay. It's about the same. And this is for lower grades, grades 3 through 6. But I do want to point out, you will have to ask for access. One person from the district, that's all it takes. And then there's a code. And then they're able to sign in. They can import their classes from Google Classroom. And this is a library of ebooks that they can have access to. Just another resource. And then teachers can assign the books to the students too. So I think about what our schools pay out for Scholastic services. And here's one that they don't have to pay. And they will get analytics and reports on the students and what they've read. And it's just a very nice tool. I put in the presentation a title list. So the link is there. That's kind of, that might be something that they would like to see before even going for this access code. that is a new resource this school year as well. Any questions about the INFOhio resources? Maybe you saw one when we went to the 3 through 6 collection.
If I could pipe in there, just give, if you are a clever school, it was really, once I worked through it, INFOhio could set you up so it merges, so your kids can go right into Literacy Pro with their clever login. You don't even have to do the merge with the classroom, and one person can do that, like she said, for the whole district. And it's pretty amazing once they get it all set up.
Oh, that's wild. And that worked for you, Lori? You got that?
Yes, once we had to work with INFOhio a little bit, but it was quirky to do the switch over from Storia. But if your district didn't use Storia, it probably will be even more seamless.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it'd be easier.
Mm-hmm.
No complications with past accounts. Yeah, Jamie.
Are there any of these that they have the option the students can have it read to them?
Yes, and that
For the
collection,
kids that have a need for that?
there are read to me's,
Some
I
of them.
believe.
Okay.
Lori probably looked at the actual books more than I have had a chance.
Yeah, some of the literacy pros have that feature. You can see that in the options of each book, but a lot of them have the read to me feature. And then some of the other databases have that as well.
Oh, plenty, yes.
Okay.
So I was just trying to remember, I remember in Storia, I could turn it off if I didn't want my kids picking read to me books, or I could assign kiddos.
Yes.
So Literacy Pro is just really close to the old product, and I just haven't had the fun time to go play. So thank you for answering that. Certainly, as we are looking for maybe labels or scanners, we want to make our dollars stretch. And I got through INFOhio the discount that OhioNet provides us. Keep in mind, because we are an INFOhio member, that's how we are going to be able to benefit from OhioNet's discounts. So it's not like your school itself is a member with OhioNet at the state level, but INFOhio is, and you're an INFOhio customer. So it's a benefit you kind of inherit. And the presentation links, the discount flyer, again, I'm not going into deep detail with that, but Lori just recommended a scanner that is being added to a spreadsheet. I had a particular one linked in the presentation that OhioNet is suggesting. INFOhio just presented their own list, and Lori's suggestion has been added to this list as well. So there's a big blue link, and folks who are you guys go back, open the presentation, and you guys can click to go see this spreadsheet if you're out looking for scanners. So it's kind of nice folks to share all that with us. The last thing I believe from INFOhio is going to be the patron counts. And we're talking about numbers. And not that you're going to sit here and know exactly how many kids are in your school, but I gave you all the link, and I ran the report last Monday so we could see how many kids are in each district. So it will have your library, and it will have active. The inactive, those aren't billed or anything, but INFOhio now will take that number and they will run it next fall when they start their billing. So it's worth having you all look at your number to make sure it's accurate. I know the Wayne County Career Center was really wonky last school year. So I think we've got that settled, because if I scroll and make everybody sick here, Worcester, Wayne County, there you go. You're at 777. Does that seem more?
Yes.
in line? Whereas, like, for whatever reasons, this was your active number, and I don't know where those kids are coming from. Sometimes we keep seniors and plus some of your programs, those kids will need third year. So that might be why your total number is much higher. But they aren't active, they're not being billed. So again, that's a quick blip. And you have that link in the presentation and the email I sent.
Rebecca, I have a question on that. Is there a place to see who those inactive members are or pull them up quickly so we can do some database cleanup if they're staff?
Oh, yeah, because I'm sure we have faculty in there. Let me look for you, Lori. I'm writing that down. Inactive, because honestly, I still, to see that big number for the Career Center, I don't like that either. So we'll see about inactive, patron counts, and cleaning them up. I'm all about spring cleaning. Let's get them out of there. I'll ask.